Hello Codies. My name is Aniruddha. I'm from CodeKul. You know. Today I'm uploading video because of the special intention. We have got 1000 subscribers for our CodeKul channel. Many of you have given the good comments, many of you have given the suggestions, many of you have asked us to upload on another videos on another technologies. Today we are so happy from your support that we have received the 1000 subscriptions. Thanks a lot, all of you, to the all of you. Well, we are going to celebrate it. How do we celebrate? We are going to celebrate it by uploading one video and something learning by means of this video. So what we are going to upload today, we are going to see what do you mean by functional programming, how functional programming works in the Kotlin. Okay, so what I did, I have created simple file. So I was trying with one of the Google sample to do example, and in that I have created one file just to explain you the functional programming. Now what is functional programming? Very first thing, remember that when you talk about the functional programming, you can able to assign the functions to the variables like this val. So vals are the values in the Kotlin. So you can say val fn, right, as I can say assignment is equals to function, any function, and you can write something like this. Means if you can able to assign functions to the variables, it is one part of functional programming. Likewise this we did. So val fnas is equals to function and some syntax in the Kotlin. I hope you did a little bit on the Kotlin, but don't worry, I'm going to come with the huge series on the Kotlin and Android plus Kotlin and Spring. Many things we are going to cover in this tutorial. But in this video I'm going to just explain you what do you mean by the functional programming. There are many programming language which supports the functional programming, like Python is there, like JavaScript is there, TypeScript is there, and many more are there. But today's our concern is how to implement functional programming in the Kotlin. Well, this will really help you while creating applications by using Kotlin in the Android. So first thing, you can assign functions to the variables. Second thing, you can pass you can pass function as a parameters to the another function. I can say fn param prm, and remember that parameter to this function is cb. I can have cb, and remember that Kotlin says that you can pass function as a parameter, and whatever syntax you can see, this means cb is nothing but the variable name. Here you can see cb is nothing but for the variable name, which is of type function, which is returning the unit. So unit is nothing but kind of void in the Kotlin. You can remember that. So function, which is accepting one parameter called as cb. cb is of type function. So this is of type function. Remember that. So this syntax will tell you that this is of type function. Okay. Now if you want to call this function, means whenever someone is going to call fn param, directly we are going to call what you can say cb like this. Either you can do cb.invoke or you can do simply cb like this. Very simple. So assigning function as a variable, assigning functions to the variable, then passing functions as a parameter, and third thing, function which can return the functions. So function rtn, and this is going to return, you need to specify the type as well, that this is going to return a function. Well, there can be parameters. So here if you say that this cb function would be cb as in callback, you can say cb function would be having one parameter, you can give that parameter here, right? That's very simple. Now here I'm going to return one function. Can you see function I'm returning from here? So fn as, then fn prm, and fn return. So these three things are defining the functional programming, if you can see. Let me call it now. So I can write the fun. So Kotlin is really fun. So fun with that. So you can say caller, and into the caller you can call fnas, if you can see, is a function, because fnas is a variable which is a holding, right, value of type function. So it can be called something like this. Well, I want to call fn param now. Fn param, right? So to the fn param you can pass any function. That can be fnas as well. Why fnas? Because fnas, right, which is not accepting anything here, and which is returning the unit, by default. Return type of the function is the unit, and that's why this and this are the matching one. So fnas and this are the matching one. But you can do with the anonymous function as well, fnprm, and then you can pass one function, something like this. Can you see? So fnprm is going to accept any function, absolutely any function, whose return type is unit and who won't accept anything, who is not going to accept anything. So to the fn param you can pass any function like this. Okay, now you would be getting one question: how do you call this function? How do you call fn return? Because fn return is going to call another function. I'll show you how to do that. Val rtn is equals to fn rtn. Remember that fn rtn is going to return one function. Fn rtn is going to return one function. So if you want to call the inner function, which is nothing but this fn, so you can simply call rtn, and like this. Can you see this? How simple functional programming in the Kotlin is. Extremely simple, if you can see. So passing function as parameters, returning function from another function, and assigning function to the variables, which defines the functional programming, right? Okay, now in the Kotlin's way, if you can write this thing in little bit different manner, something like this: fn prm, and like this. Means fnprm is a function, and that function is accepting another function, right? In these cases you can write this syntax which Kotlin says. So this is from the Kotlin, so you can call the function something like this, right? So functional programming is going to help you in lot many ways. While creating the events, while creating the async IO, functional programming will really help you. I hope you have understood the fundamentals of the functional programming. Remember that if you want to learn anything, or if you want to learn any programming language which supports the functional programming, these are the foundations of the functional programming, right? I hope you have enjoyed the lecture, and once again I am saying thanks from my bottom of the heart for giving us 1,000 subscriptions. Please keep watching, right, and keep learning from the CodeKul. We are going to come with huge number of the tutorials on the YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching once again, and thanks a lot for supporting us by giving the 100 subscriptions. Thank you.